guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan Battle video, and today we're going to take a look at the Super Saiyan 3 Tech Gotenks teen. He just dropped with the Dragon Ball Hero Celebration. He just got an EZA, and this guy, I mean, spoiler alert, he's absolutely busted. He's the unit that has surprised me the most out of all the units. So normally what happens when I do these showcases is I'll like get the unit and kind of showcase him right away, and I'm kind of looking at him for the first time. But since I was out of town for Thanksgiving away from my recording equipment, I really had a lot of time to like spend with these units and really try them all out. And this is my like surprise unit of the batch. Like, he is absolutely crazy. Now, his sticker doesn't look that great, unfortunately. You can barely even tell there's a sticker on there, but what can you do, right? So I did do a video, sticker video on some of the heroes units, so he is included in that, and there were actually some good units, sticker effects that came out of that, so feel free to check out my sticker video. I think at the time that I'm dropping this, the sticker video might not come out for like a day or so, but just keep your eye out for that. So let's look at his effects here. So super attack effect does supreme damage, and he raises attack and defense for 6 turns. Now, part of what makes this effect so good, this is very similar to the Kid Trunks and Kid Goten EZA that were really busted. Like, the Kid Goten and Trunks, like, they're hitting like 5 to 6 mil attack stats. It's like kind of blows you away. That's what this guy is. So I'm pretty sure that's like a 50% stack on that for 6 turns. And then in his passive, he's attack and defense 100 plus an additional 100 while performing a super. Keep in mind that that's an on super, so it's like a different calculation. And then it's affected heavily by support units. So we're going to see a difference with support. He gets key +1 up to 3 and attack and defense 10% up to 30 with each super attack performed, and then he has a high chance of launching an additional super for 5 turns at start of turn. So it's not a huge passive, but that 30% does make a huge difference. So we are going to do like 3 attacks of stacking. So like turn 1, he might just look okay, but by the second time we see this guy, he's already going to start looking insane. And then by like the 3rd turn we see him, he's going to look like a god. So I highly recommend you go full additionals on this guy. And you can see I do have him fairly highly link leveled as well. Anytime units kind of stack or build up in any way, I just go all in on additionals, right? So we can look at the team build here. So this is a hybrid Saiyans team build, and what I really love about this unit is I'm running him on rotation with this physical Gotenks, and they are actually like darn near best buddy linking partners. So they share 6 out of 7 links. So I really like that we finally have that great support partner for physical Gotenks to really bring out his best as well. And then I'm going to run the 2 Tech Gohans on rotation together, and then I've got my 40% time limit support, 40% crossover support, and then we're also going to be running the other 40% support as well. With the Trunks as a crossover support, he is still giving 25% to everyone else, but he will give the full 40% to Tech Gotenks. And then yes, we have the Godly Strength Trunks 40% Hybrid Saiyan support. So with that, we're going to hop in and get into the showcase here. It's funny with like Gotenks units that they're still considered Hybrid Saiyans, which I agree with, but then they don't do it for the pure Saiyan Vegetos and Gogetas, right? So they just give those units the shaft. But here we are, turn 1, 99k defense. You're like, what? That's not very good. Well, he hasn't done any stacking yet, right? So he's got 6 turns of defense stacking, and he actually gets a lot of defense from that little passive that builds up. So just wait till we get to his 2nd time on rotation, and you're going to see that defense is going to jump off the table here. But look at this, 3.69. Like, that's not a terrible attack stat, and that's like bottom floor. He has no support. He just hit 4 mil on the additional, right? And so keep in mind that we had a chance to do a 3rd super attack there, because that 2nd super could have been from his passive. So for the first 5 turns, he has an additional super built into his passive, and then with hidden potential, we could possibly get 3. So when you start double stacking with him, like, his defense and attack just builds up so fast. It's just absolutely insane. So right here, I'm just going to float the time limit Gotenks off rotation. We're going to keep the Tech Gohan, and we're just going to run him on rotation with another Tech Gohan. And then we'll just have the supports kind of going crazy, right? And by the way, running the team like I am with the 2 Tech Gohans on rotation does actually work, because Gohan doesn't link crazy with a lot of units anyways. So like the turns he's not linking, as long as you can get the supers off, he's still building defense. And then, all right, so let's take a look at Gotenks here. We'll get back to that comment, but you can see 6 out of 7 links, 285k defense. This is on turn 2, right? Or not turn 2, but his second time appearing. So we're on turn 3. He's already approaching 300k defense. He's going to gain more on super attack, right? So, and we've got support now, so that's why there's just such this huge jump. Because the passive is building. We only need one more super to fully build his passive. So like the next turn, he's going to be looking real good, right? All right, let's see what we got here. So this super is going to do absolutely nothing. Because we got type advantage as well. Yep, nothing. And then 5.67. Like just absolutely insane here. And then once again, he could have had another additional there. So he's lost out on additionals just because he's killing Goku too fast. So the comment I was making with this Gohan here, right, is like even with him on rotation together like this and not linking, like he's still fine because his passive is so good. He like doesn't need links. It's just about, can I super every turn? Now I'm actually going to intentionally skip supers here because I want to have this Goku with a lot of health for the next turn. And I feel like this rotation might not kill the Goku. So what'll happen though is eventually I'll transform one of the Gohans, and even though after transforming he still doesn't link like crazy, he links enough, and just running 2 Gohans on rotation definitely does work. Alright, this is probably not going to hurt that bad. No, and we got the guard active, so yeah. Gohan's just crazy with his guard and like his defense. He's so good. He's like gonna age forever good because his defense just stacks so fast. Okay. So another turn, we should be fully supported with our best rotation the rest of the way through here. Alright, let's see how we're looking with the main passive fully built here. The defense should just like jump off the page, right? I don't get any additional links from being in the middle. But yeah, 386k defense. So he's going to be probably like in the high 4 to maybe even 500k defense range after supering. So absolutely going to take like no damage here at all. And then let's see what kind of attack stat we get. Yeah, 6.35. Like, dude, 6 mil attack stat is absolutely insane. We got the double super up to 6.77. So this is why additionals are so important on this guy, because when you have that shorter 6-turn like duration for his stacking, like the more you get the double supers, like the more it's, yeah, he's just going to look more and more impressive with additionals. But even if he doesn't, he's going to be fine. So we'll go ahead, we'll do the longest animation here in Dokkan history, while we just talk more about like how ridiculous the heroes units are. So like I said, this unit impressed me so much. So I already had him from like a previous hero celebration, but he was only at like 55%. So over the weekend, I was kind of playing around with him at 55%, and he was impressing me so much. I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy's actually crazy. I actually turned around and went in on that Easy A banner to rainbow him. So I put a few more stones in that I wasn't planning to, but I think it was totally worth it. And what's great about these heroes banners is that they're guaranteed featured, and I think they have a lot of high value for newer players. Like if you're a new player and you've only got like 50 stones, like that's probably not worth it, because you could get like the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks who's insane, but you might not have a leader or team to run them on, right? But if you're willing to, like, I don't know, if you got like 500-600 stones and you're willing to go all in on these banners, odds are on the main banner, if you draw Trunks or Pan, or even like Meki Kabura, like you got a leader you can use for the team, and then any unit you draw from either banner is now usable at least on a team. Like if you're like even a fresh account, you don't have a lot of leaders, right? So I think there's just so much value in heroes. That's why I went pretty hard on the banners and wanted to rainbow a bunch of the units. So we're gonna be looking pretty good here. Yeah, 386k defense again. Once again, that start of turn, before attacking, he gains, I'm pretty sure it's a 50% stack, so he's going to be like over 500k defense after supering here, right? And by the way, putting up the 6-ish million attack stats, like, he's just like a great all-around unit. Like, he's good everywhere. Because the thing is, even in like Super Battle Road, like turn 1 before he attacks, yes, he's going to get crushed. But he stacks so quickly. You saw it, even just by the second time he shows up, he's like good enough defensively and offensively, like carry you. 6.77, so we're approaching a 7 mil attack stat here. Absolutely insane. Making this physical Gotenks with his 4.87 attack stat, making that actually look pretty bad. Like, it's kind of insane that he's just like showing up the 120% Dokkan Fest EZA. He is literally better than that physical Gotenks. Like, we're seeing it. Like you look at the defense, and the Tech 1 is better, and you look at the attack stats, and the Tech 1 is better. So it's kind of insane that this is just like a very easy to obtain. Like, he's in terms of summonable units, he's one of the easier units to obtain, because his banner is 7 units, which is a pretty standard banner size, but you get guaranteed features on a multi. So every time you multi, you have a 1 in 7 chance of getting him, which is absolutely insane. Not to mention, the featured rates are way higher. It's 7% instead of 5% just on your regular pulls. So odds are most SSRs you pull are going to be featured. So your odds of pulling this guy are actually very high. And that's why it does not take a lot of stones to like get what you need on these banners. So I don't remember if I mentioned it yet or not in this video, but I did about 700 stones in my first video, and I rainbowed Pan, which is very good to rainbow unit at 700, right? And then I rainbowed Trunks. I only did like 1,300 stones total, and then I rainbowed the Tech Trunks as well, so that really wasn't that bad. I almost rainbowed the whole banner. Alright, we're going to see how we're doing here. Would we turn 9, so we're not even on turn 10 yet. 464k defense, so he's probably going to be, what, 600 plus k defense after supering, which is pretty much unstoppable in any mode in the game. He's basically untouchable here, and I'm guessing he's going to be around 7 mil, right? Yeah, 6.77. If we additional, he's going to go over 7 mil. Let's see. Yeah, 7.19. Dude, there aren't a ton of units in the game that can hit 7 mil attack stats. By the way, that was, you know, double super, so that was what, like a 13 mil attack stat he just put up there with 600k defense? Like, that is like literally top tier, like best unit in the game type of numbers he just put up. Now, I'm not calling him the best unit in the game, but he feels like that type of unit. Like, he might be the best unit on all of these Dragon Ball Heroes banners. Like, I'm not going to lie, he might actually be the best unit. The Int Pan might have something to say about that, because she is crazy, like, with her support and her dodging. But if Pan doesn't dodge, like, she can get hit pretty hard. Whereas this Gotenks, like, you know what you're getting. Like, as long as you're attacking and stacking, like, his stats are going to be very consistent, right? So, I don't know. He definitely, like, was, like, just this dark horse unit that came out of nowhere. The reason why he was so surprising is because he's literally like one of the oldest Dragon Ball Heroes units. I'm pretty sure he was released on the very first ever Heroes campaign on JP. And he was one of the earlier awakenings, and he's basically always been bad. Like, before his EZA, his passive I think was just attack plus 100% on super. I think that's literally all he had. And now with just the few tweaks they gave him, giving him the better stats, like the stat increases, right? He just became like a god. Like, that 6-turn 50% attack and defense raise is just so overpowered. And I don't know if, like, the devs don't realize that, or if it's intentional, because the same thing happened to the Kid Goten and Trunks, and nobody expected them to be that good, and they are just insane. It's basically just like another version of them, but you can link them up with the physical Gotenks here and have a really nice... So look at that, 464k defense compared to physical Gotenks 140k defense. Not to mention we're getting more defense on super. I think our first attack here is what, going to be 6.77 again, something like that. Absolutely insane. Probably just going to take this Goku out, right? Yeah, 6.77. If we additional, we're going to be at 7 mil again. Yep, 7.19. So about a 7.2 mil attack stat. Absolutely insane. And then physical Gotenks here, if he gets a crit, he should be able to take him out. 4.4. So yeah, the 4.4, this physical Gotenks, it's funny because, like, I went into the celebration, like, thinking, yeah, physical Gotenks is really good. He's just underutilized. He doesn't have, like, that good linking partner. The unfortunate part is his linking partner now is showing him up. Physical Gotenks is still great, but it's definitely put a damper on how I look at him, just because this tech one is just... He's just like beast mode over this guy. It's absolutely crazy to me. Alright, and Tech Gohan's just chilling here. 650k defense, you know, just doing my thing. Not really worried about getting... not really worried about taking any damage here from Tech Gohan. Tech Gohan, by the way, is one of the best aging units in the game and will continue to be one of the best just because of his guaranteed guard. His defense stacking is so fast and so insane. He's just, even if his attack doesn't hold up, I mean, he's up to 4.8. Like, that's a good attack stat, right? And this is the non-transformed Gohan. Yeah, he's really good. If you guys get a chance to get this Gohan, if you don't have him, or maybe he's in your box and you haven't built him up, Tech Gohan is one of the best units in the game, hands down. You just, once you sit down and actually use him in difficult content, it's just so easy to see how good he is. Look at this, like, even the transformed one, because he has guard, like, this probably still won't do that much damage, even though he normally would have type disadvantage here. Yeah, he only took 5k from that. Like, basically nothing, and his defense wasn't nearly as high as the untransformed one, right? Alright, well, I think we're going to get one more turn here, but I think it's pretty clear to see that this Tech Gotenks is just wild. Like, absolutely insane. We'll do one more turn here. I think you guys got the point. Now that he's fully built up, basically the only way you're going to get his defense and attack higher is if you keep double supering. But if you single super, he's going to kind of plateau, right? So he's at 464k defense. I think when you're on, like, when you aren't double supering, he ends up at like 380 something k defense, which is still really, really good. And he still gains that defense back on super. So even at like his floor, when he's fully built up, he's absolutely insane. But we'll take one more turn here with our boy Tech Gotenks. I was just flabbergasted with how good this guy was. I had to get this video out right away. Yeah, 6.77, and then once again, if he additionals, it would be 7.19 again, and once again, defense like over 500k, like just untouchable here. We'll see if Goku wants to super him. No, he did not, which is fine. We'll see how much damage Gotenks can do here. Very nice. Okay, and then Trunks on the end definitely could take damage, but I don't think he would take fatal damage at this point. Okay, about a 2 mil attack set, not too bad. I mean, this Trunks got a very nice awakening. I'll have a video out on him as well. It's hard, guys, because there's like so many. There's just like so many videos I need to do. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think of this Tech Teen Gotenks. I think he's absolutely crazy, absolutely insane. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.